the pagans do with their orgone, and I just don't get into that kind of thing. Again, just seek the Lord on it. If He tells you it's okay, then do it. If He doesn't give you an urging to do it, then don't. Question from listener: is Bush still going to attack Iran after today's news about their lack of nuclear bomb production? Well, it didn't stop him about the news about Iraq not having weapons of mass destruction. He's still going to attack Iran. He's still going to try. Sherry, I turned on to your program in the last 6 months. I always hear you speak about fallen angels, aliens, and demons coming here to visit, living here and being UFOs. What about good angels? I think God can send His angels to Earth as well, albeit possibly in a different way. However, I never hear you speak of this possibility. That's because there's this big New Age thing out there that, there's good aliens. There's good aliens out there, and they're working side by side with humans, and they hate the New World Order too, and they want to defeat and destroy the New World Order. And you know what? I've seen in the Bible codes, I know some people that do reverse speech, RS, talk about this too, but I looked at it in the Bible codes. The Bible code says it's a deception. It's not true. And it's something that I've always stood on over the years as well, that there are no good aliens. There's two different types of beings, folks. There's terrestrials and celestials. And you know how much I hate Paul, but even he gets things right. Everything he ever said wasn't a lie. He mixes in that 90% truth and throws in the 10% poison later that damns your soul. But even he said, quoted in 1 Corinthians, about the terrestrial and celestial beings, that the glory of the terrestrial is one, and the glory of the celestial is another. And it's exactly the same thing the Lord has told me. If they were standing angels, if there were good, friendly angel aliens in our space, they would be celestial beings. They would not be terrestrial. And so there's a huge difference between celestial and terrestrial. The thing about these terrestrial beings, these aliens that are nothing but fallen angels, is that they can shapeshift, they can take on human form. The ones who don't already have angelic looks. We know the Anak have angelic looks. They're just tall giants. But a lot of them don't have human looks. You got the reptilians and over 200 different species of aliens with ugly, grotesque looks, such as the tall grays. And these are not friendly, nice aliens, folks. They are here because they want to destroy mankind. And then you have these others, these Anaks and these Nords, these human-looking angels that are all in alignment with Satan, folks. They may not like the New World Order, and they may pose as we want to help mankind, but it's a lie. It's a deception, and I've seen that in the Bible codes. They just simply have a different agenda. They have a different plan for Earth, so naturally they don't want the reptilians and the tall grays to take over Earth through the New World Order and through the Illuminati. They want to see the New World Order fall and be demolished so that they can bring in their agenda of ruling the Earth. And of course they don't tell the nice little humans that. They're a little big and deceived by them already. I mean, I realize and I know that there are groups, I'm not going to give the exact names, but there are intelligence groups throughout the world. There's one here in America, and they're retired military, they're retired intelligence officials, people who got fed up with the government's plan of a Satanist, Luciferian New World Order, and who now work underground with friendly aliens. And they're working with these friendly aliens to come up with their own plans to defeat the New World Order of today. And I know they exist. And so, how many times can you warn people? And I've been doing it for 8 years now, and certainly since I started this radio show, and my stand has never wavered. There are no friendly aliens. I don't care how many little aliens want to get on electronic equipment with reverse speech and tell you, we're nice aliens. Because it's through reverse speech software that even, who was I reading the other day? that some Catholic ministers that had come up with a device for going back, a way back machine, time travel machine. And it all started based on, because he found that using audio waves, electronic waves, he could make contact with the dead. And, it all goes back to the audios and electronic waves. And I've warned people that this is how they can travel into your homes, through the same thing, through electricity, through appliances, through wires and routes coming into your home. It's all dominated by the demonic realm. And so, I don't care how bad they want to manipulate people on this RS stuff, this reverse speech software stuff, it can be manipulated, and it is. Because usually when someone when I read something that they found from RS, I'll go look in the Bible codes. And I'll tell you what, I'll take what the Bible code says any day over anything else I've yet to find. Over anything else, hands down. Because I understand the Bible codes. I've been doing them since 2003, day in, day out, for years now. I know how to read them. I know how to analyze them. And it's taken many, many years. And thousands and thousands of words just to do one code. And so, not only, is the Bible code saying that the whole friendly alien thing is a facade and a lie, but the Lord will himself, if you ask him, seek him, ask him to guide your thoughts. There's plenty of scripture about the two, good aliens and Satan's realm. And so I find it interesting that specifically Enoch's group, the first group of 144,000 that I've been talking about, the angels born in flesh, you know who you are if you're part of the elect, or you're waking up to it. The Lord's led you to my sites and you still can't figure out why. You think I'm the biggest nutcase on the internet, and then all of a sudden the light bulb goes off and everything you've been reading about on my sites for 2 years all of a sudden makes sense? Those are usually the elect, because the Lord's trying to wake them up. And there's two groups. There's the elect and the bride. And it's this elect group, this 144,000, this first group, that's going to be able to go into space and fight a literal warfare there against Satan's armies during the last days. And, sometimes you just, talking about the things you just feel like you're really going out on a limb because people are just really going to think you're in that case. And that's okay, I'm used to it. But sometimes I do wish I could just sit and one day just blab off every little thing I've ever thought or felt or been led to by the Lord to research and see or read and study or learn. Because it would fascinate some of you to pieces. I know it would. Because I hear from you all the time with your millions of questions as it is already. And I always want more info too. Give me more. I want more. But that's going to be really fascinating because the first group is going to be used to help the second group get around. But they're also going to be used to go into warfare against Satan and his forces in the heavenlies during the tribulation period. And so that's one thing I really look forward to. Those of you who are just completely sick of the earth right now, just wait till we get to fight in space, and we get to fight on other planets and civilizations and just tearing down Satan's forces. Oh, that's going to be so wild. And I've heard for a long time that there's humans living on other planets and on other moons or whatever, that even during the early Greek days, that they had